Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'll talk about humans' best friend, quote unquote, dogs. We have an extremely long history with dogs, right? And their existence is played a major role in our development. When you are with your dog, you are so relaxed and comfortable feeling you have. When you are around your dog, it's something that goes back millennia. It goes without saying that they love interacting with people and they want to be with you as much as they can. Building a loving relationship with them is a piece of cake because they love you unquestioningly, listen to you carefully, and they are always there for you. Showering you with much unconditional love. Dogs are so loyal. Of course, that depends on the breed of the dog, but most of them stand by their humans. Their life expectancy averages from 10 to 20 years. Compared to our life expectancy, their lifespan is very short. In most cases, we have to confront their deaths. And we know it's a terrible moment. Have you ever watched the movie A Dog Story, Hachiko? This movie was released in 2009. A main character, dog Hachi, has outstanding loyalty to his owner, and he's so adorable. The owner Hidesaburo was played by the very talented and famous actor Richard Gere. He is suitable for a quiet Japanese male character and very compatible with the dog Hachi. I guess it's truly difficult to express the relationship with a genuine character like a dog when it comes to cinema. But I think the main dog Hachi acted naturally, and he seemed very relaxed and confident in every scene. Hachi was an Akita dog and born on a farm in 1923, and later adopted by Hidesaburo Ueno, a professor of agriculture at Tokyo University. One morning, when Hachi was a puppy, Hidesaburo was leaving his house to go to work like always. Hachi watched Hidesaburo and he decided to follow him. He got over the fence and ran to Hidesaburo, and that was the beginning of their daily routine. Hachi would walk Hidesaburo to see him off at the train station every morning. Hachi would then spend all day at the train station waiting for Hidesaburo to return. In the meantime, local shopkeepers and train workers would take care of him, give him treats, keeping an eye on him. Many seasons passed, and their routine never faltered. There are 4 distinctive seasons in Japan, and each season has its own colors. Haru, spring. I easily imagine that Hachi spent his time waiting under cherry blossom trees in a comfortable breeze. Many petals of the cherry blossom fall and dance irregularly on the ground and even on Hachi himself, the road covered with petals. I envision Hachi feeling happy, surrounded by people and watching over him, vibrant colors swirling harmoniously while he waits. Natsu, summer. Summer is the hottest and most exciting season. I wonder how he survived the heat of the summer. My dog was always panting so hard after we took a walk, especially during summer. Summer is a season for outdoor activities. Many dogs are taken to beaches and grass fields by their owners. They spend their happy moments in a bright sunshine breeze. Aki, autumn. Autumn in Japan is distinctive and beautiful. Many autumn leaves are falling down on the ground in the sentimental wind. The road is covered with the yellows, reds, and oranges of autumn. I picture Hachi waiting for Hidesaburo so patiently every day, and so excited every time Hidesaburo appears at the station. What a beautiful loyalty and a beautiful season. Fuyu, winter. A freezing northerly wind is blowing. How was the winter for Hachi, I wonder? I remember my dog would get cold easily and she liked to snuggle into my blanket. Snow falls silently in winter, and things of the past are easily covered by snow. Winter is a season of endurance. We learn crucial things in winter. Old American author said, "How many lessons of faith and beauty we lose if there were no winter in our year." I easily imagine that Hachi waited patiently Hidesaburo in the freezing wind. Several years passed by. And one morning, Hachi had an uneasy heart, as if he had a hunch something would happen to Hidesaburo. And of course, Hidesaburo didn't recognize why Hachi was acting that way. He gave him a big hug and a pat on his head instead. But Hachi refused to let him go to work by sulking around in order to keep him in the house. Hidesaburo left anyway, and Hachi followed him as always. Hidesaburo never came back from work that day. He suffered a stroke and died instantly. Hachi had no idea why Hidesaburo wasn't coming back to him. He kept waiting and waiting and waiting. He waited until he died. He waited for 7 years. Hachi's loyalty was extraordinarily divine. At the Shibuya station in Tokyo, there's now a statue of Hachi. It's fitting that Hachi is still waiting in statue form, just as he did when he was alive. I have never much cared for the statue itself because it blends in with the city of Shibuya. And I felt a bit nostalgic visiting Hachi's statue again since I watched the movie and wrote Hachi's episode. This city is changing rapidly with the times like old cities do. I suppose it's futile to reminisce about the good old days in metropolis like Shibuya. There are too many people in the city, and I sometimes feel overwhelmed by the crowds. Technology is forcefully dominating our world and is quickly ahead of us. I hope for the better world where the warmth of our human heart is merged with the promise of technology. Thank you. Like Hachi had met Hidesaburo when he was a puppy, my dog came to me 13 years ago. And she was a female French bulldog and very affectionate with people. And her personality was mixed with stubbornness and cowardice. And she opened her heart to strangers and expected a lot in return when she met their eyes. She easily became aggressive when she ran into cats and bigger dogs. Throwback to 2008. I had stopped by a pet shop with my friend and we browsed the windows looking at the dogs. There were 2 cute tiny French bulldog puppies and they caught my eye. I'm a huge fan of French bulldog. I was so thrilled when I saw her, and she was with her brother and they were very excited and horsing around with each other. And I clearly remember that I fell head over heels in love with that moment I saw her. As I held her in my arms, she felt a little frightened and pulled at me and tried not to leave the safety of my arms. And long story short, I decided to bring her home. I had my 4 seasons with my dog repeatedly over 10 years like Hachi had been with Hidesaburo. Time flies so fast and many years pass by so quickly with the fulfilling days. In November last year, I discovered she had a tumor, and her tumor grew very quickly and getting bigger and bigger every day. I took her to a vet, and the doctor responded quickly. He decided to remove the tumor on the very same day. The operation was successful, but unfortunately, she was diagnosed with cancer at the same time. She took pills every day, and which slowed down the progress of the cancer, but her condition got worse and worse day by day. I wanted her to spend her final days at home with me, and I left the hospital and I took her back home. I spent most of my time together in our bed, and I had a hunch her life was about to end. I suddenly pictured my memories of her 13 years with me and my family, and those memories flashed back before me while I patted her. The final moment was uneasy for me, but I felt calm and peaceful because she freed from the pain, and I know she's running freely in a better place with my mother. Thank you, Bagel.
はい、ということで、今回は、ワンコと生きるということにスポットを当ててみました。今回ね、ハチの物語を通してね、改めて人類のね、歴史にワンコありっていうことをね、なんか痛感した感じがしましたね。僕もね、長いことね、愛犬ベーグルとね、一緒にね、13年ですね、長いですね、共に生きてきて、振り返ってみるとね、やっぱりその家族の絆をね、すごく強めてくれて、そして癒しもね、たくさん与えてくれて、本当にいい関係でしたね。で、話にもあった通り、亡くなったお母さんもね、一番ベーグルのことを好きだったし、ベイちゃんもね、うちの母のことがね、一番大好きだったんでね、2人がもういなくなっちゃった今でね、世に旅立ってしまったので、寂しさもね、すごくあるけれど、きっと2人でね、天国でね、楽しい時間を過ごしてるんだなと思うと、気持ちがね、すごく癒されますね。で、僕はフレンチブルドッグのね、やっぱりね、大ファンでね、大好きなんですけどね、見るたんびにね、こうメロメロになっちゃうんですけど、僕のね、大切なね、兄弟がですね、弟と妹がね、ちょっと遠くに離れたところにいるんですけれども、なかなかね、今回ね、こういったことで、数年間会えない状態が続いてるんですけども、2人がね、飼ってる可愛い、ワンコがですね、柴犬なんですね。それですごくね、癒される、可愛い、そして頭もいいしね。で、今回のハチのね、この映画のね、ハチは秋田犬なんですけどね、秋田犬なんですけど、やっぱりね、ああいう感じのね、鼻がスッとしてね、頭もいいし、中型犬っていうのはすごくね、可愛いですね。またね、これがね、集結したらね、すぐにでもね、飛んでいってね、2人の大切な兄弟とね、その愛犬とね、一緒にね、楽しい時間を過ごせたらなと思ってますね。今回はね、こんな感じで、ワンコにまつわる話をいろいろね、しましたね。これからもね、いろんな様々なストーリーをね、出していきますのでね、チャンネル登録と高評価、それから通知サポートなんかもしてくれるとね、嬉しいですね。それからひばりさんのね、動画でね、ひばりファンからね、いろいろちょっとね、コメントいただいたりね、いろいろグッドボタンやね、サポートもしてくれてるところもあると思うんでね、改めてね、また近いうちにね、動画も出しますんでね、その辺もまた改めてひばりファンはよろしくお願いします。はい、そんな感じですかね。あとは、そろそろね、秋めいてきたんでね、皆さんも風邪をひかずに、お互い皆さん頑張りましょう。はい、ということで今回はワンコと生きるにスポットを当ててみました。また次回の動画でお会いしましょう。